Hey guys, Lucas Parker here, coming at you with a new video series that I'm going to call Kayak Confessions. Basically just me sitting out here on the water in my kayak, doing some contemplating and letting you guys know what I'm thinking about on a variety of topics. Could be boring, could be interesting, so we'll see how it goes. The first episode, Kayak Confessions episode 1, this one's going to be about the Grid League and its I guess its implications for CrossFit as a sport. I've been getting a lot of questions over the past few months about, oh, what do you think about the grid, the NPGL? Do you want to compete, this and that? So I think it's really cool, and a short answer would be, I think it's going to be really good for CrossFit, and here's why. I think as CrossFit gets more and more popular, we're seeing this already, and there's going to be even more of it, where there's just a lot of pressure from the fans, the sports fans, on wanting to see just exciting, entertaining stuff. But CrossFit, at its core, if it's holding true to its philosophy, the CrossFit Games is testing for the fittest on earth, and all that really matters is the test of fitness, as opposed to the spectacle. And I think we've seen them hold true to their philosophy with examples like, the half marathon row, where it's the most boring thing in the world to watch, but if they believe it's part of a well-rounded test of fitness, they're going to put that in regardless of what people think. But I think the grid coming along can take a lot of the pressure off of the CrossFit Games to be a freak show, essentially. Because the grid has basically said, oh, we don't really care as much about the test of fitness, we are purely interested in putting on a show for the fans and making it TV friendly. So to have those two sort of opposite ends of the spectrum, I think will benefit both parties greatly, because they don't need to pander to the other demographics, so to speak. I think where the grid could be risky is if athletes are trying to do both, and you'll see people go through a full CrossFit Games season, and then it looks like the grid season is going to sort of run after that, before and after that. So to have an athlete competing full-time year-round in high-intensity sport and matches and regionals and qualification sort of all year, I think is going to be really hard on the body. Having said that, it looks like, again, with the grid not being about a well-rounded test of fitness, athletes get to sort of pick and choose what they're strong at, what they're good at, and just hammer that really hard for 15 or 30 seconds and then sub out. So it might not be that hard on the body. It might be good sort of power-based off-season training. And honestly, for me as an athlete, that might be the ideal sport for me, because it's all about sort of speed and power and skill, as opposed to massive work capacity. And I think all the matches are also inside, which means there's no chance of heat stroke. So I may look into things. Next season. Didn't compete this year just because of travel plans, and then I was busy during the year. But certainly was interesting to watch. So I think it's a good sign that we're seeing some top CrossFit athletes like Annie Thorisdottir and Kristen Clever check out the grid, because hopefully that means there's not too much bad blood between the two parties. So it'll be interesting to see as the next year unfolds if the grid keeps going, and how they conduct themselves around the CrossFit season. So those are my thoughts on that, and we'll see you next time.